doing it again.
We sure are.
This is another episode.
Yeah.
What episode number? We don't know.
I don't know.
And you don't either.
It's a mystery.
And it's mostly because I can't do anything right. But I'm working on it, and eventually I'll start a podcast without saying that we had any problems. But so far, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Because we're getting it dialed in, and I feel like we're getting a little better. We're getting better. We're getting a little better every day.
I agree. I think we're doing fine.
Every episode, we improve a little bit. Just a little bit.
That's how it should be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta, sometimes you gotta mess everything up in order to get it right.
And also, don't stop. Like
Don't stop. Don't stop believing.
Exactly. You keep messing up.
Fuck. Sorry, we gotta stop drinking on the pot. I thought it was the beer. Apparently, I just can't drink anything.
Why are you looking at me like it's my fault?
This is somehow
you don't
your
have
fault.
to drink.
I know we're only drinking this wine because I accidentally shaved my mustache off like a serial killer.
Well, yeah, okay, that is true. I also just kind of wanted a glass of wine.
That's fine.
Yeah, I've been enjoying having a glass every now and then.
So have I, and we're grown-ups.
I feel like for the last 2 years, I was really I'm not gonna drink, and that's fine. But I don't know. I'm also trying to enjoy my life a little bit. Things are crazy.
Live. You gotta live.
I do have to live,
especially when you have a really busy, really involved life.
Yeah, I feel like our lives are chaotic and it's never ending, the chaos. And so when you do get a moment, enjoy yourself. And we don't smoke weed. We don't smoke cigarettes. We don't do drugs. This is our little outlet. So
yeah, exactly. And we reserve the right to have a glass of wine.
That's right.
Damn it.
Yes.
And I really do enjoy beer, but also I'm getting a little pudgy.
Yeah, me too.
I'm getting a little on the heavy side
me
here.
Too.
And
Although these pants fit a lot better than they used to.
That's good.
So we're getting somewhere.
You've been going on a lot of walks.
I've been going on a lot, yeah.
I've been going on some walks. I went to the gym the other day for 20 minutes, but I went.
Hey, it's a start.
It's a start.
Yeah.
It's a start. You
Yes.
gotta start somewhere.
You do.
So today, let's talk about today. How was your day?
What did I went grocery shopping.
That's right.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really like grocery shopping. So
yeah, you love it, dude.
I do. I really enjoy it because I like to plan our meals.
Yeah.
I plan a week ahead. So when I go grocery shopping, I'm as I'm picking the food, I'm already in my head, this is what we're going to do with it. And then I come home and I put it all away and I immediately go to the whiteboard and I immediately plan out the entire week's worth of meals.
And then I come home and I eat everything.
You do sometimes interrupt those meals that are planned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's okay.
I got to eat.
It's totally fine.
I had a show at 2 p.m. today in North Hollywood, which is a weird time for a comedy show. But it was good, though. It was good. I did 20 minutes, all new material, all new stuff that I'm working on. I was going to go in and I was just going to do because I have a set. I got a 20-minute set, and I was going to go do that. But then I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm doing whatever the hell I want. I'm doing a bunch of new stuff. I'm doing stuff that I'm working on that haven't worked out even really.
Yeah. Did it
thoroughly.
work?
It did. Yeah. I have one bit in particular that's it's money. It's a good one.
Oh.
It's a really, really good one.
Good.
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
for you.
And it's one that I've been trying to make work for a little while, but I haven't put a ton of effort into it. It was just kind of an idea. I saw something, I thought of something funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said it on stage, and I got a little bit of a reaction on one part and not really on another part. And so then I kind of rethought it a little bit, and then I tried it again. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm getting a laugh on this part and this part now. And I was like, all right, I need to deep dive this a little bit more. And so I kind of wrote it all out last night and this morning, and I went in with more of a solid game plan on it today, and it really worked.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's a good one. I'm happy. It's the best feeling in the world is when you have a new joke or a new bit that you're excited about, and it works.
Yeah.
It's the best. There's no worse feeling than when you have a new joke or a new bit that you're excited about and nobody fucking laughs.
Yeah.
Which happens all the time.
I could understand that. That would be a little disappointing, maybe discouraging. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to try a joke you got to try a joke or a new bit 10 times.
Yeah.
And if it fails 9 out of 10 times, then maybe there's nothing there. But if it succeeds 5 out of 10 times, you're maybe I'm just not selling this the right way. And I have to rethink how I'm saying it.
Yeah. All right.
And I have one right now that I'm that I think is really funny, but it just doesn't, it's funny in a way that is kind of sad in a way. And depending on how you hear it, It can go one way or another, and I've had it do really well, and then I've had other people like, oh,
Oh, that's not good.
I know, but it's funny.
Yeah.
But also, you never know, and ultimately, the people decide.
Yeah.
It's not up to me.
All right.
That's the weird thing about comedy. You have to go do it in front of people.
Yeah.
I could be like, this is hilarious, but if 100 people that you say it in front of agree that it's not hilarious, then it might not be hilarious.
I could never do that. I'd probably cry on stage.
I think you're really funny, and I think you
No.
could do it, but
Never
I know that
in
you
a
won't.
million years.
I know that you
No.
won't. I think the most interesting thing about stand-up comedy is the fact that the funniest people ever, some of them could never do stand-up comedy.
Oh yeah.
Like, you could be really, really funny,
Yeah.
and you could never do stand-up.
I've
you
met
get
plenty of people that are hilarious.
But getting on stage and being hilarious is a
Yes.
completely different thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing with that is like when you're unintentionally funny, you don't really know what you're saying or doing that's
Right.
making people laugh.
Right,
But
right.
when you're intentionally funny, you have that like blueprint in your head to like know like, oh, this is, something that would make people laugh or
Right.
whatever. So I just feel like I'll say something or do something and people laugh, and like that's why I always ask like what did I do, because I literally don't know why you're laughing or
But that's
what
why I
made it
think you're
funny.
so funny. You're so like
I
you're
literally
so
don't know.
you just I think that you're aware that what you're saying and when you're saying it is funny, but I just don't think you're prepared for it to be funny.
Not necessarily. Sometimes I say things and when you and like Soph laugh, I'm like, wasn't expecting that reaction, but that's what happened.
Yeah, it's just funny. There are some people who are just really, really funny just naturally, and then if you tried to put them on stage to be funny, they would just crumble.
Yes, that's me.
But and then there are people who are really kind of like not like super outgoing or a little soft spoken like in regular life, and then like on stage they're a killer.
That's always so weird to me.
It's just like it's not, you either have it or you don't.
Yeah. Well, it's
or you
almost
can
like
learn
they
it.
can
You can
turn
learn
it
but
on like that, which I think is crazy. I don't know. I don't have that ability.
It's interesting. I mean, it's like, I don't know if you think like someone who's a really good actor, like they're acting,
Yeah.
like that's
That's a good point. Yeah.
they have to turn that on
Mhm.
in their regular life. Are they like that, or are they just
Yeah.
like, I feel like some actors, like Tom Cruise, for example, that guy's been acting like he's been a mega celebrity for like 30 years. So like that guy probably doesn't really know what it's like to not be acting.
Oh, can you imagine dating him? I'd be like, I can't tell if you're like acting right now or are you like really saying nice things to me.
I don't think he would know. I don't think he
Either.
would know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I
Yeah.
think he's just constantly training himself to just portray something,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, yeah.
All right.
That was my day, and I sat in a lot of traffic. I did
Yeah.
watch. Okay, this is a bad thing to admit,
What?
but I watched 2 episodes of Louis C.K.'s show
Oh, okay.
on the road today, driving home. But I didn't
While
like watch. I wasn't
driving?
like holding my phone watching it. Like
Why
I
are
had
you
it.
admitting that?
I had it set to where like it wasn't an unsafe thing. Look, I could take my eyes off the road and look at billboard. How come billboards are okay? How come it's okay to look at billboards constantly?
It's 2 seconds.
That's what I was doing with my phone. I was glancing down, glancing up.
Uh,
Glance down, glance up. Glance down, glance up.
well, I have plenty
And
to
I
say about
only-
that, but I won't.
And I only almost got into like 4 accidents. I didn't get into any though,
You're
but almost 4.
hilarious. Okay.
No, that's okay. So that reminds me, like, I think billboards are weird. Is a weird thing to like take someone's focus off the road,
Yeah.
and it's just for advertising purposes too, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to sell stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like. I mean, there's a few where it'll be like, oh, some positive message or like whatever.
Yeah.
But
Those
like,
are rare, but
yeah,
yeah.
the majority is like, buy this Subaru,
Mhm.
drink this beer or whatever. Like,
Mhm.
why is that okay? Like, it seems really, really unsafe.
Yeah.
I
Sometimes they're like provocative too, which kind of makes people look more.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait a second, is that
Yeah.
like a half naked lady?
yeah,
and then
huge
you're like,
boobs.
you're kind of like looking, and then you're like, oh, I'm not even watching the
How many
road.
people do you think got into accidents just looking at a billboard?
Yeah.
How many
a
people do you
lot,
think
probably
got into an accident looking at a billboard of a lawyer that represents people who got in accidents?
yeah.
Right?
Sweet James.
Sweet James. I saw there was this one billboard that I saw, and it was like it was supposed to be like a text message conversation. It was like the text bubbles, and it said the one bubble said,
This is a billboard?
it's a billboard, and the one bubble said, if you're texting, right, ... and then the other bubble said, then who's driving?
Okay, but this seems like too many words to be reading while you're driving. The same thing as a text.
But that billboard was supposed to be like a don't be distracted while you're driving awareness billboard.
Which was distracting.
But it was like, hey, don't take your eyes off the road. If you're texting, you're not
Isn't
looking
that
where
kind
you're
of an
driving.
oxymoron?
Yes. But here, hey, you got to take your eyes off the road to read the message that we're telling you to not take your eyes off the road. What the fuck?
Nothing makes sense
That makes no sense at all.
No.
It literally does not.
Yeah.
But I do love billboards, though.
Why?
I don't know. One of the new bits that I got right now, the good one, it's inspired
about billboards?
It's inspired by a billboard.
That sounds
inspired
really
by a billboard advertisement.
hilarious.
Trust me, it's good.
Okay.
It's good.
All
Well, I
right.
spin off it.
Okay. All right. I trust you.
Anyway,
Okay.
this is another episode of According to My Wife. Before we get into the episode, please, if you are watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, share the video with a friend. It helps the algorithm. And if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen, please make sure you subscribe to the podcast and leave a positive review.
That's right.
Tell everyone how much you love Babs and her fun and interesting tales, and how much you love my comedic banter, and how much we have great chemistry,
Amazing.
and how much we are the shining example of a healthy marriage.
We're the cutest.
We are the cutest. And wish Babs a happy Mother's Day.
Ooh.
Even though this will have come
be
out
way
far after Mother's Day.
but
do it
whatever.
anyway.
Yeah.
Because it'll make her feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's all be nice to each other.
Let's all be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's, the YouTube comments, there's no guarantee that that's going to happen.
If you
Actually,
have to go on the internet and like say negative things about somebody, that says something about you, not me or whoever they're commenting about.
That's true. You just picked a war right now.
Well, I'm
with YouTube
sorry.
commenters.
I'm trying to be the mediator in the situation.
They're going to tear us apart.
Well, that's great.
It's the YouTube comment section is brutal. It's violent.
Well, I don't know what to say about all that.
All right. Well, don't worry about it. We're
Yeah.
not going to read it.
I
anyway.
don't care.
No.
It's fine.
Okay.
I'm still gonna live my life.
All right. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Josephine Myrtle Corbin.
Who?
Exactly.
I love the way you said it too.
What?
Josephine Myrtle Corbin.
Oh no, it just came out that way.
You just were
yeah,
just
naturally
the
Kentucky.
water boy's mom in Louisiana.
I don't know, but I just feel like it's the Tucky blood.
It's the
so-
Tucky blood.
It's the Tucky blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to get a shirt made that says the Tucky blood.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be great. There has to be some kind of like a little mascot of some sort. I'm not sure what that should be yet.
It's just a drop of blood.
Like a raindrop, but of blood.
Sure.
Can there be a cloud?
A cloud of blood.
No, a cloud with a raindrop of blood coming out of it.
A blood cloud.
I don't know. Just with a lightning bolt too.
Okay, we have 3 ideas for shirts so far. 1 is the Tucky blood. Number 2 is a genuine fear of toasters. And number 3 is something bean related.
I love beans.
It's got to be. That's what it should just say. I love beans.
I do love beans.
And it should be like a little bean character.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't care. Beans are great, and they have protein and fiber, all kinds of great things, and they don't affect me like they do other people. I think my body was made for beans.
You are the beander.
Yeah.
The other day, I forget who it was, but someone said that they hate beans, and then
Who the hell said that?
and then they followed it up with, she goes, I hate beans. I hate beans and I hate corn. I swear to God.
What?
In that succession.
Both of them?
Yeah, and I was like, ooh, my wife would not get along with you.
We can't be besties. No.
Beans and corn, corns and bean.
No. And potatoes.
Can't forget the potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay, what was her name?
Yeah. Josephine Myrtle Corbin.
Josephine Myrtle Corbin.
Okay, you ready to learn about Josephine?
I want to know all about Josephine.
Josephine went by Myrtle and was born May 12th, 1868 in Tennessee. When she was born, physicians were stunned to see that the little baby had 2 pelvises side by side, 4 legs total, 2 regular-sized legs on the outside and 2 smaller legs on the inside, and 2 uteruses and 2 vaginas.
2 vaginas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
Josephine Myrtle Corbin.
Yes. Although I have to say, I don't know why I added the uterus part because I didn't learn that till later.
Well,
But she did.
Okay.
Yeah. Her smaller legs only had 3 toes on each foot. She had essentially absorbed her twin sister while in the womb. So it was one of those, like,
One of those, yeah.
well, one of those, yeah.
Well, that's like a thing. That's
Yeah,
like a
no, it
thing,
is. And it's
but-
called something, but I didn't add it.
Yeah, but they normally absorb all of it, right?
Sometimes they do, but no, not always. But it is a very rare condition.
Mm.
Very rare. Yeah.
This sounds like, what was the museum we went to in Philadelphia?
The Mooter.
The Mooter Museum.
Yeah, which I wish I could go to again. I feel like I was not in the best health.
I
So
feel like Josephine Myrtle Corbin might be there.
she's not.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
All
I
of
believe she is.
she's not. All of her legs.
Well, I believe.
Well, she's not.
Okay.
All of her legs moved perfectly, but the smaller two were too short and too weak to walk with. And by the way, I don't know if you caught on to that, but they were too short. So they were like her.
Too short.
They were
Too short.
Can I just?
Biatch.
That's not even funny.
It's kind of funny.
It's not even funny.
It is.
Not really.
Too short.
Okay, so she had like, let's say like how a normal person
It is funny because Too Short, he always rapped about like,
being short.
no, like bitches and pussy and stuff.
Okay.
And Josephine had
Two?
two. So Too Short would have been a fan.
Okay.
There's some overlap here.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
So she had two legs on the outside that were regular sized legs, and then she had in the middle a little tiny miniature pair of legs.
Mm.
So I'm just explaining how this looked.
Okay.
But how it worked was that each large leg was paired with a small leg.
Mhm.
So in between one large leg and one small leg was her.
The vajayjays.
Yes. So it was not like you just open up your two big legs. It's
Mhm.
one big and one small leg, and then
Mm.
there's the area. Which actually, that makes me wonder, did she pee out of both of them? Because it didn't state that.
Ooh.
That would have been really difficult.
Did she pee simultaneously or?
I don't know. Like I just said, they didn't state any. I looked through a lot of articles about her, and like they don't say anything about urination.
Do you know what I imagine? And this is horrible because obviously this was
I
like
can
a
only imagine.
deformity.
What?
But do you remember in Don't Be a Menace? Remember the movie that we watched? They had the character Crazy Legs in the wheelchair, and he just had little legs.
Yes.
It just went
Okay,
crazy.
that is actually what the little ones looked like.
They just-
yeah.
That guy.
Yes. That's actually a good depiction.
Oh,
of-
that's really
yes.
fucked up. But
Yes,
she's been dead
so
for a while. She'll be okay.
She's been dead for a while,
Yeah.
yeah, but still, it is a little messed up.
That is, yeah. Sorry.
But still,
I
pretty
couldn't-
accurate.
As soon as you said the two small legs, that's the very first thing I thought of.
Yeah,
Was
no, that's
crazy
actually
legs.
a really good, comparison. One of her larger legs was clubbed and turned inward. As an adult, she was 5 feet tall. She had blue eyes and curly hair, and she was said to be intelligent.
Hmm.
She began performing in sideshow acts as PT Bar. Oh, with PT. This is a hard sentence.
You okay? You all right?
This is hard. Okay, let me start over.
Start over.
She began performing in sideshow acts with P.T. Barnum and the Ringling Brothers at the age of 13 and became quite popular.
I was going to say, that's, I feel like if you were born in that time, that's the career path with that. If you had that kind of
That's what
a
I'm
deformity.
saying too. If you had any kind of deformity, and I know it maybe was like disgraceful in some regards, but like use what you
mean,
got.
Yeah, you made a living.
Mm-hmm.
You made a living. I guess now maybe you get a TLC show or something.
Yeah, yes.
Right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
TLC really is like,
Yeah.
whoa, I never even
learning.
put that together.
Yeah, the Learning Channel. I'm not sure what
They really
we're learning.
exploit
But
some of these people.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
My 600-pound life.
Yes.
The amount of money they spend producing that television show, they could
Yeah.
spend on actually like helping those people. Instead,
Well,
they just put cameras
Maybe
on them
they
and
help
exploit
some
the
of
shit
them.
out of them.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know that one. The woman died. You remember that?
Yeah,
That's fucked up.
it's sad.
They probably spent millions filming that show.
I don't know.
They could have been like, "Hey, we're gonna get you the best treatment in the world because we
I think
care."
that lady died when the show was like new, so they didn't have like as big of a budget.
The TLC's got money.
I don't. I don't
They
know.
got money.
Okay,
This wasn't like the early days of TLC.
That's very true. That's true.
They've been
Okay.
around for a while.
Very true. Okay, where are we? So she was known as the four-legged woman, obviously.
Yeah.
And it is said that she was so popular that she made nearly $450 a week. That's a freaking lot of money in the 1800s.
You're balling if you're making that kind of money in the
Yes,
1800s.
I know.
How about they just always found the most like obvious kind of fucked up name,
What do you mean?
Yeah, but just like the four-legged woman, you know?
Oh, bearded woman, four-legged.
Yeah,
Yeah,
four-legged
why didn't they
woman.
get creative? But
Yeah.
what would you call her?
I don't know. Josephine?
But then that's not going to draw anyone. Like, No one's going to be like, we got to see Josephine.
I guess they could have called
They're
her
like,
the...
we have to see the four-legged woman. Come on. Did you ever go to the Del Mar Fair and they had like the giant horse?
Yeah, but it's a horse.
Yeah, but weren't you like, but it's a giant horse.
Yeah, but a horse doesn't know what it's being called.
Did you ever do that though?
The giant horse?
Yeah.
I don't know.
For some reason, I feel like I did, but then I don't think I was like,
Wait, did I ever do that?
like
What do you
go
mean?
see the giant horse at the Del Mar Fair.
Oh, I don't know.
It was like a sideshow thing.
I'm not sure.
Am I making this up?
I think you're making this up.
I kind of feel like I might be, but maybe I'm also thinking of a movie, like thinking it's a memory.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking
Giant
about.
horse.
Del Mar Fair had like regular horses.
I feel like I went to a
cows,
fair that had a giant horse,
goats.
and like I went in there and there was just a regular. But that, I'm also feeling like I'm pulling that from a movie.
Yeah, I think you're. This is bleeding over into
This
your
is
real
not
life.
a real memory.
No.
Okay, whatever.
Del Mar Fair has the fluffy chickens. I remember that.
Okay, Bantam.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, is it Bantam?
I don't know. You
Is that
should
what
know. You're the animal person. You know
Okay.
all about animals.
Yeah. At age
All right. Was the four-legged freak? That's what they called her.
four-legged woman.
Oh, the four-legged one. Sorry.
Jeez,
I'm thinking of
Louise.
eight-legged freaks.
That's a spider movie.
I mean, she was kind of a human spider, a little bit.
Kind of, yeah.
They should have called her the human spider.
Spiders have 8 legs.
They should have called her half a human spider, the human half spider.
I was gonna say insect, but insects have 6 legs.
The human half spider.
Just stop.
I'm thinking of episode titles.
I know you are. At age 19, she got married to a doctor who was the brother of her sister's husband. And a year later, she was pregnant with her first child.
Well, wow.
What?
Well, I'm thinking of the logistics here. Like, which one did he, you know?
Uh-huh.
Which uterus got knocked up?
Actually, if you think about it, she could be pregnant twice at the same time.
Whoa.
But I think that would be really dangerous because I think if you went into labor and let's say one pregnancy is like way further advanced and then the other one's only like a few months.
She was married to a doctor. He had to have been a little strategic about it, right?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying logistically.
Did he have a favorite one?
I don't know. Well, I think she did. So
she's like the right one.
Well, actually,
please, the left one.
We'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
A little bit.
All right.
Okay, so after getting married and pregnant, Myrtle left the sideshow life, retiring to a life of domestication. It was at this time that it was discovered that she had 2 uteruses. So, like I said, I mentioned that a little earlier than I should have. She had been experiencing pain in her left side and had a fever. It was determined that she had become pregnant in her left uterus. It was believed that Myrtle preferred sexual relations in her vagina located on her right. So Myrtle was surprised that she was pregnant on her left side.
He got drunk one night. She was like, do the left one.
Maybe she got drunk. Maybe they both got drunk.
You never know.
Who knows? The pregnancy in her left side nearly killed her, and so doctors performed an abortion at around 3 to 4 months along, and Myrtle recovered perfectly. Which I actually think it's kind of crazy that they even did an abortion in like the 1800s and they like decided to do that. I didn't know that was like a thing.
Oh, so she didn't have the baby?
No.
Okay.
She did not have the baby.
Because I was going to say, I mean, that's like that would have maybe broke one of the little baby legs off, you know?
What? Oh, her legs?
Yeah, I mean, you said where they sit, you know?
That's, yeah.
Like the crazy legs.
Yeah. I'll show you a picture of what she looked like when we're done here.
Okay.
During the course of her life and marriage, the couple had 8 children, with only 4 surviving past infancy.
Wait, so she did have babies?
She had 8 kids after that one abortion because she was almost gonna die.
So at one point in one body there were 6 legs.
4. Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. But who the hell thinks about it like that?
Well, apparently I do. I don't know. I'm just thinking there's so many legs in this.
That's a lot of legs, yeah.
So
Crazy
was
legs.
did she alternate? Did she alternate which womb she got pregnant in?
I
which
think she preferred
vagina
the
she
right.
spit it out?
No, I think she preferred the right.
So all of them came out the right?
Well, so
because at a certain point she'd be like, "Hey, 8 kids came out of that one. You might want to do this one now."
ew.
I don't know. I mean, it's a thought, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
One is really blown out. The other one is still good to go.
This is disturbing.
You chose the story.
I know.
Oh man, this is a little bit different than old Tupac Shakur.
Oh, yes.
Which, by the way, Patreon.
Yeah, well, he might get mentioned again at some point. Nearly 20 years after leaving the sideshow hustle, Myrtle returned, most likely because she was in need of money, which is
she
sad.
had 8 kids.
Well, only 4 because 4 of them died, but yes.
What a bummer.
I know. Well, that happened back then. It was like a thing. And so by 1928, Myrtle had developed a skin infection on one of her legs.
Oh, they were going to say on her left vagina. I was like,
no.
it's a little bit more than a skin infection.
Jeez, no. I just almost picked which leg, and it didn't say. So, after only a few days after being diagnosed with a skin infection, Myrtle passed away at the age of 59. In today's world, she would have been given antibiotics and lived. After her death, her casket was covered in concrete, and family members watched over her grave until the concrete had dried completely. The family was afraid of grave robbers stealing her body. There were many medical officials and private collectors who offered great sums of money for her corpse, but the family declined.
So she would have ended up in the Mutter Museum.
Yes, that's why when you mentioned that, I was like, nope, she's not there. No. My sources are wikipedia.com, therecord.com, and appalachianhistory.com.
All right.
.net, rather.
appalachianhistory.net. I feel like there's probably some very interesting stories in appalachianhistory.net.
Actually, there are stories about my family in Appalachia.
Oh.
Yeah, well, if you go on my ancestry, I have like ancestors from like the Appalachia area, but like
Kentucky blood.
The pioneers of the Appalachian area. It's the Kentucky blood, yeah.
Daniel Boone.
Yeah, I am related to Daniel Boone, yes.
She's related to Daniel Boone.
Yes.
I am somehow related to...
Actually,
Marie
I have to
Antoinette?
admit, I am not... Oh, no, you're not related to Marie Antoinette.
Oh, I'm not anymore?
No, it was Anne Boleyn.
Anne Boleyn, sorry.
What?
I'm sorry I get my random 1800s
And there's
people
no
confused.
okay, you're right. There's no actual descent of Anne Boleyn, but you could be related to her through a sibling.
Yeah, I mean, some weird sort of way.
And I'm actually technically not related to Daniel Boone blood-wise, but his aunt was married to my grandfather.
So, but there's some...
There's a connection. Yeah, they just didn't have any children, I believe. So there's not a blood relation. But that grandfather is the grandfather of one of our president's mothers, which I can't remember which one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
Weird relations. Who knows?
Yeah, who cares? Yeah.
We're all related somehow, right?
That's what they say.
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that. All right. So Josephine Myrtle Corbin.
That's right.
The 8-legged, 4-legged... the 4-legged woman with 2 crazy legs.
Yeah.
What did I say? There was something. What was I saying? I said that was a good episode name.
I don't know.
Damn it. I'll have to listen to it. Okay. Where the hell did you find this one, Babs?
This one was I feel like when I was looking up one of our previous episodes about the contests and stuff, but when I was looking up like I don't even know, but I came across her.
Yeah.
No, I saw an article about her.
Okay.
That's what it was. And it was literally on one of the social media sites.
Okay.
And that's how I ended up coming across her. So it wasn't even me looking up stuff.
I feel like your search history. Oh my goodness. That's her?
That's her.
Wow.
Those little ones are like the guy from...
Yeah, they're crazy legs.
Yeah.
That's fucked up to laugh at.
I know,
but...
it is. She lived a normal life, though, and she was intelligent. What the hell was that?
I don't know. Probably the battery died.
That battery doesn't last very long.
No, it doesn't.
All right, so on to the
fun fact. Fun fact.
Okay.
All right.
In 1860, there was another woman who had a similar condition. Her name was Blanche Dumas, or Dumas.
Dumas.
Yeah. And she was a French prostitute. Blanche had 3 legs, one that came out from above her pelvic region and was turned backwards. She had 4 breasts, 2 on her chest, and 2 near her pelvic area. She also had 2 functional vaginas.
And she was a prostitute?
She was a prostitute.
Hey, man, that's the same thing.
She was really working it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, way more than like freak show or sideshow. She was like,
Wow.
let's get that money.
Man.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay. I don't know what it is, but like you hear these stories from like way back in the day, and I'm sure a lot of it had to do with like not having access to like good modern medicine and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I feel like maybe like you don't hear about birth defects like that anymore.
They do still happen. It's
I know they
super
do.
rare,
And
though.
it's just
and there's
maybe
not
it's just
sideshows and stuff.
yeah, it's
so-
just a modern luxury that like if you have that, you don't have to be a hooker.
Yeah.
But like you know, you never hear about those things anymore.
No.
Like where is there? There's got to be like I mean, she had 4 boobs.
Yeah.
Come on, man, that's a strip club fortune.
Well, there was 2 up here and there was 2 down here.
That's right. That even that.
Yeah.
I mean, odd placement, but still,
Yeah.
4 titties. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
The 2 that were down below were more like just like kind of like just small appendages, whatever that word is.
Okay.
Yeah, with nipples.
Okay. Well, hey.
But they were boobs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same exact
That's a very
disorder as the other woman.
Yeah.
It was a twin situation.
This is a very specific fetish there for these men, but
Yeah, and in the 1800s,
Yeah.
they were like, "This is interesting. Let's give this a go."
Let's bang that.
Yeah. So, it was said that her sexual appetite was immense, and she had many male admirers who she entertained with both of her vaginas.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, that is just. I mean,
That's
she
pretty
would have made a
wild.
fortune doing porn these days.
Ugh,
Yeah.
gross.
That's
yeah.
a weird, odd fetish right there.
Oh, that reminds me. There was actually an article I found of a modern lady that does have 2, and she does do porn.
Okay, so there's the
She reserves one for porn, like her OnlyFans, and the other one's for her husband.
wow.
Yes.
She's like, this is the public one?
Yes.
And that's the good one.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
look into that one, but there was multiple articles that stated that this is modern times. Yes.
She's probably making bank on OnlyFans
I
right now.
probably really.
That's funny
strange.
because there's a podcast I listen to by a comedian named Ryan Sickler, and that's one of his things. He has a Patreon. Like he has his podcast, and he has a version of his podcast on the Patreon that he does with like people who are fans. Like his whole thing is about like weird, odd trauma and shit. Like that's kind of the theme
Whoa.
of the podcast. But then he has like another version where he does that with people who are listeners of the podcast, and that's like his tentpole episode. We got a woman with 2 pussies. That's what he
Wait,
says.
Oh, but he doesn't really? Or he
No,
really
it's
did
what-
interview a lady with
Yeah,
2?
yes.
I wonder if it's that lady.
It could be, yeah.
It
And
probably is.
He says it all the time. He's like, you got to listen to the Patreon. We got an episode there. We got a woman with 2 pussies.
Does he have a southern accent?
He's from Baltimore, but for some reason it sounds
What?
yeah.
Maryland?
Yeah,
Did they talk like that in Maryland?
He's kind of got. It's almost like a Philly. It's like a Philly accent, like
But
with a southern
twang?
drawl. Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, you got to go over there in Baltimore. We got to go to the Patreon. We got a girl with 2 pussies over there.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's interesting.
That does actually sound really interesting.
Yeah.
I love true life podcasts. That's usually what I listen to. I listen to a lot of like true life stories and weird stuff. So
This one's interesting because it's mostly like comedians and notable like people and celebrities and stuff, and they talk about like fucked up shit.
oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
It's a
sounds
really good
messed up,
podcast.
but I love
No,
stuff
it's
like
it's
that.
actually a really good podcast.
I mean, obviously other people like hearing
it's
stuff
called
like
The
that too.
Honeydew. Shout out The Honeydew
All right, that's cool.
with Ryan Sickler.
That's cool.
Good one.
I listen to This Is Actually Happening, which is a lot of really messed up stories
Yeah.
too. So she supposedly heard rumors about a 3-legged man with 2 penises visiting Paris, and Blanche had apparently expressed a desire to have sex with him. His name was Juan Baptista dos Santos.
Is that Tupac Shakur?
That's Tupac Shakur.
Oh my God, he made a
Yes.
comeback, dude.
Yes, he
Wait,
did.
did they bang?
So it said I had a really hard time finding like a legit like they did for
Yeah.
sure reference, but there is no public record of them actually getting together, but there are numerous rumors about an alleged affair between the 2.
Wow. I wonder if it just like it matched. You know what I mean? Like
Well, I don't know if you remember,
like an
but
outlet, like a plug going into an outlet, like 2 cocks going into like 2 vaginas at the same.
See,
or
I don't see that being so anatomically perfect.
probably not.
Yeah,
you probably have to
also-
do one with one dick
Well,
and then go
yes.
and do the other one.
I don't know if you remember, but Tupac Shakur
Yeah.
could only do that. He could only use one and then the other.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and I think you could pee out of both at the same time, maybe. I don't remember, but yeah. But not, yeah. My sources are thehumanmarvels.com and vice.com.
Oh man. All right.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of There was a lot of vaginas in this episode.
Yeah, it was. I'm sorry if that's a little out of my character, but it's like fascinating.
It's definitely fascinating. I mean, it's more fascinating that people like that. I mean, I don't know. You always hear those tales of that type of stuff happening back in the day, and it's always like, well, they went to the sideshow at the circus, you know?
Oh man,
Or they
I wish
were a
I could have
hooker,
lived
like-
in those days.
I would have loved to see that.
Yes,
I would have loved to
going
see
to the
that.
sideshow.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude.
And in a way that was like, you know, I'm sure like now if that happened, people would be appalled. They'd be like, look at you exploiting these people.
Absolutely.
But
And there were
also-
some instances that were like absolutely not okay, like exploiting children. But like as
Totally.
adults, like if that's how you're trying to make your money, dude, I would have paid to see
What was
you.
she making? $450 a week?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I didn't.
She did start as a child though.
Okay, but still,
Yeah.
$450. I wasn't making that money. Like 10 years ago, I was barely making that much money.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
She was making that in the 1800s. She was wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Wealthy.
But then they spent it all because she had to start doing it again.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes you got to go back to stripping, you know?
Yeah. Sure. Apparently she dressed her legs in like cute little socks to match her big legs,
Mhm.
and like people really liked that because it like showed the like difference between
Mm-hmm.
the sizes.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, what a strange
Yeah.
reality to have.
Yeah. Well, you know what? That's what is that? The old saying, making lemonade out of lemons or something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Turning lemons into lemonade.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what she
Yeah,
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her little crazy legs.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so yeah, learned about a lot of interesting extra appendages,
Mm-hmm.
extra boobs, extra vaginas,
Yeah. Virginas.
matching up with extra penises.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's been a weird subject.
This is a weird subject.
Yeah. It is what it is.
I thought it was interesting.
Okay.
I'm very
Good.
I'm fascinated.
Good.
I
I'll
mean,
bet you are.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I did not see that one coming.
Yeah.
Which just reminds me of the Lost Tupac Shakur episode.
I know.
Fuck.
Damn it.
It was so good.
I was saving that too.
You know what though? I can tell you because I know when I was just editing everything, like the Sony camera that we get the wide angle on does not get much audio really at all, but these cameras do. So the audio is there.
Also, people are probably wondering why we keep saying Tupac Shakur.
Well, we have this Tupac poster on the wall, and we did a whole episode about interesting dicks.
That just sounds weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And-
did though.
And one of the people was the Juan. What was his name?
Juan Baptista dos Santos.
It's funny that he had the word dos. in
I
there.
know. What is up with
he had
that?
two
What does
dicks.
Santos mean?
I don't know.
Is that just a
cocks.
last name?
I don't know.
That's not what that means.
And at some point, she was looking at Tupac, and we just went Tupac Shakur.
Yeah.
He had two dicks.
Very appropriate.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll have that episode on the Patreon at some point, one day, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. That's another episode of According to My Wife.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Please go follow us on Instagram at According to My Wife. You can follow me at Rick Martinelli Comedy. You can follow Babs at Bilbo.Babbins. For right now, we'll see if that changes.
Just go to According to My Wife.
Follow
our
us there,
Instagram.
yeah. And
You'll find us both there.
Yeah, and also if you are interested in seeing me do stand-up comedy, go to rickmartinellicomedy.com for all my upcoming dates. I'm going to Denver next week for a show. I just booked a show in Las Vegas. I perform all over Southern California. So if you would like to come check me out, come say hi in person, tell me how much you love the podcast and how funny my wife is. Do that. Make it happen. Go to rickmartinellicomedy.com and like and subscribe. Leave a review. All that fun stuff. You know the
Yes.
drill. You know the deal. Apparently that camera just overheats. All right. Thank you. That's it. Goodbye.
Toodles.